As the final chapter of the tale unfolded, the Galactic Council found itself in uproarious laughter. The unexpected twist that a human, possessing no powers or noble lineage, had inherited the throne from the last heir apparent had left them all astonished and amused. The council president, known for his stern demeanor, couldn't help but chuckle at the sheer randomness of events. "Who would have thought," he said with a broad grin, "that a lowly human would one day rule our galaxy?" Meanwhile, the human monarch, who had once been rejected as unwanted, now found himself surrounded by admirers and council members alike. He smiled down upon them all, feeling a sense of newfound power and belonging. As he sat on his throne, he couldn't help but reflect on how far he had come. From a refugee on the fringes of society to now, the rightful ruler of a vast intergalactic realm. It was a bittersweet moment, one that made him grateful for every step along the way. And so, as the Galactic Council continued their laughter and celebration, the human monarch knew that he had proven that anything was possible if you had faith in yourself and your potential. The new king's reign marked a new era of unity and prosperity for his galaxy. Under his leadership, his people were granted freedom and equality, breaking down barriers of prejudice and hatred. With the help of his council members, the human king was able to forge alliances with other star systems and conquerors alike, expanding his empire and strengthening its defenses against potential threats. But perhaps what made the most significant impact on the galaxy was the newfound sense of hope and unity that spread throughout it. People no longer feared being discriminated against or excluded because of their origin or background. Instead, they celebrated diversity and recognized the value of everyone's contributions to society. As the years went by, the human king's popularity grew even higher. His compassion, wisdom, and unwavering commitment to his people's well-being were unmatched by any other ruler in the galaxy. And as the Galactic Council stood proudly on the front lines of their new kingdom, they couldn't help but feel a sense of pride and accomplishment. They had proven that with open minds, a willingness to learn and adapt, and a heart full of love and kindness, anything was possible. The story of the human who inherited the king's unwanted daughter had become a symbol of hope and inspiration for all who dared to dream big and pursue their dreams. And as long as there were people like him, the galaxy would always have reason to laugh, celebrate, and look forward to a bright future. The human king ruled his galactic empire with an iron grip, but at the same time, he never lost sight of what truly mattered most, the happiness and well-being of his people. Under his leadership, new technologies were developed and implemented, revolutionizing countless lives. Healthcare improved dramatically. Poverty began to decline, and literacy rates soared as schools were built throughout the galaxy. As word of his king's accomplishments spread far and wide, people from all walks of life came together to share in his achievements and celebrate the future that lay before them. And with every passing day, it became clear that the human king had truly changed the galaxy for the better. But even as the king reigned supreme over his empire, he never forgot his humble beginnings. He remained a simple man at heart, with a deep appreciation for the small things in life. He knew that despite all of his power and influence, there was always room for improvement and growth. And so, he continued to work tirelessly towards building an even brighter future for the galaxy, always keeping his people's best interests at the forefront of his mind. As the years went by, the human king grew old but remained youthful in spirit. His reign had been one of unprecedented prosperity and unity, and he knew it was only through his unwavering commitment to serving his people that he could ensure their happiness for generations to come. And so, as the Galactic Council gathered once again around his throne, they knew that with the human king at the helm, there was no limit to what the galaxy could achieve. They looked forward to many more years of laughter, celebration, and progress under his wise leadership. The story of the human who inherited the king's unwanted daughter had become a timeless tale of perseverance, compassion, and the power of hope. It served as a reminder that with determination and a positive outlook, Anything was possible, no matter how unlikely it might seem at first. And so, as the king continued to reign in peace and prosperity, his legacy would live on in the hearts of all who knew him. As the years went by, the human king's influence extended far beyond the boundaries of his galactic empire. His kindness and compassion had spread throughout the universe, inspiring countless others to strive for a better future. He made friends with alien races, learned from them, and shared his knowledge and wisdom. His reign became a symbol of unity and understanding among different species, breaking down barriers of fear and ignorance that had once separated them. As the council members grew older, they passed on their responsibilities to the next generation of leaders, who continued to build upon the foundation laid by their predecessors. They worked tirelessly to ensure that the galaxy remained peaceful and prosperous, always keeping the king's unwavering commitment to his people at the forefront of their minds. And with every passing day, it became clear that the human king had made a lasting impact on the universe. His legacy would live on in the hearts of all who knew him, serving as an example of what humanity could achieve when they came together with kindness and compassion. As time passed, the king himself began to fade away, his body growing old and weary, but his spirit remained youthful and strong, always ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. He had proven that with determination, a positive outlook, and a heart full of love and kindness, anything was possible. And so, as he closed his eyes for the final time, the council members stood around him in reverence and awe. They knew that they would miss him dearly, but at the same time, they felt a sense of peace knowing that he had lived a long and fulfilling life, leaving behind a legacy of hope and inspiration for all who dared to dream big and pursue their dreams. As the human king's spirit ascended into the heavens, his kingdom flourished under the care of new leaders, always striving for greatness and unity. And as the galaxy continued to evolve and grow, it was clear that the lessons taught by the human king would endure for generations to come, inspiring all who sought to make the world a better place. Once upon a time, in the far reaches of the galaxy, there existed an expansive and diverse group of beings known as the Galactic Council. The council was composed of various races from across the universe, each bringing their own unique perspectives to the grand table of interstellar politics. Among these members were the reptilian Zarkians, the ethereal Cerealians, the aquatic Tritonians, and many more. The Galactic Council had a long-standing tradition of hosting grand galas to celebrate their unity and friendship. It was at one such gala that an extraordinary event took place, forever changing the lives of the human race. King Algarex, the regal leader of the Zarkians, was known for his impeccable taste in fashion, extravagant parties, and a penchant for amassing rare and exotic pets from across the cosmos. He was married to Queen Zorekia, a fierce and intelligent being with an insatiable hunger for power. However, their union had been marred by a seemingly irreparable rift, King Algarex's inability to produce an heir to his throne. Despite their best efforts, the royal couple remained childless, and as time went on, Queen Zorekia grew increasingly frustrated. She demanded that her husband find a suitable heir, even if it meant looking beyond their own species. And so, King Algarex embarked on an epic search throughout the galaxy to find the perfect candidate. His journey took him to countless planets and moons, where he encountered beings of every shape, size, and color imaginable. The more he explored, the more desperate he became, until one day, when fate brought him face to face with a peculiar human couple named Thomas and Emily Collins. Thomas was a brilliant scientist known for his breakthroughs in interstellar transportation technology. Emily, on the other hand, was a skilled diplomat and negotiator, often sought after by various galactic factions to mediate their disputes. Together they had one daughter, Lily, who was not only remarkably intelligent but also possessed an extraordinary gift for languages and communication that could bridge the gap between even the most disparate species in the galaxy. Upon meeting the human family, King Algarex instantly knew that he had found his heir. He offered Thomas and Emily a position on the Galactic Council in exchange for their daughter's hand in marriage to his own unwanted offspring. The terms of the agreement were clear. If Lily married the Zarkian princess, she would become the future queen consort of Zarkia, ensuring peace and unity within the Galactic Alliance. However, the human family had no idea that their daughter was about to inherit a responsibility far greater than they could ever have imagined. As word of the impending union spread across the galaxy, members of the Galactic Council couldn't help but snicker at the thought of a human taking on such an important role. The day of the wedding arrived, and the entire council gathered to witness this extraordinary event. The ceremony was unlike any other in the history of galactic relations, as it brought together species from across the universe, all united by their laughter and amusement at the unfolding spectacle. Yet despite the snickers and giggles that filled the air, Lily stood tall and proud alongside her betrothed, the Zarkian princess, her face a mask of determination. And as she spoke her vows in perfect Zarkian, the laughter faded away, replaced by an uneasy silence. From that day forth, Lily became known throughout the galaxy not just as the human who had married into royalty, but also as the woman who would one day inherit the king's unwanted daughter. Her story, filled with trials and tribulations, would become a legend among the stars, inspiring countless tales of courage, perseverance, and love that transcended species and galactic boundaries. And so, the Galactic Council continued to laugh at the absurdity of it all, unaware that they were witnessing the birth of a new era in galactic history, one where humans would play an increasingly prominent role in shaping the destiny of the cosmos. Aeliari continued the story as the years went by. Lily proved herself to be more than just a symbolic figurehead in the Zarkian royal court. Her ability to bridge gaps between species and her unwavering dedication to peace and diplomacy earned her the respect and admiration of the Galactic Council members, even as they continued to chuckle under their breath about the peculiarity of her circumstances. Lily's presence in the Zarkian court brought a newfound sense of unity to the Galactic Council. She championed initiatives for equal representation among all species and worked tirelessly to ensure that every voice was heard. Under her influence, interstellar transportation technology flourished, allowing for greater cooperation and trade between distant worlds. Meanwhile, Lily's human family Thomas and Anne Emily Collins were thrust into the spotlight as well, becoming renowned figures in their own right. Thomas continued to make groundbreaking discoveries in the field of interstellar travel, while Emily solidified her reputation as a skilled diplomat and negotiator. Together, they founded an academy dedicated to fostering cross-cultural understanding among the various species that called the Galactic Council home. As for Lily's betrothed, the Zarkian princess, she eventually learned to embrace her role as a symbol of unity between the Zarkians and humans. Over time, their relationship blossomed into a deep and abiding love that transcended the boundaries of language, culture, and biology. Despite the laughter and mockery that still occasionally echoed through the halls of the Galactic Council, Lily's accomplishments could not be ignored. She became a powerful advocate for human interests within the Alliance, ensuring that Earth was given fair consideration in all matters of galactic policy. And as her influence grew, so too did humanity's standing among the stars. However, this newfound prominence did not come without its challenges. The other races on the Galactic Council began to view humans with a mix of curiosity and suspicion, questioning their motives and doubting their ability to contribute meaningfully to galactic affairs. Some even whispered that humanity's rapid ascent was due to some sinister plot orchestrated by Lily herself, a notion she vehemently denied. Amidst these growing tensions, an unexpected crisis emerged. A powerful rogue faction known as the Shirillian Separatists launched a series of devastating attacks against key Galactic Council installations across the galaxy. This shocking turn of events forced the members of the Council to set aside their differences and work together in the face of a common enemy. Lily, now a wise and experienced leader, rallied her fellow council members to action. spearheading efforts to track down and dismantle the Xyrillian separatists' nefarious network. Through a combination of diplomacy, espionage, and brute force, the Galactic Council managed to thwart the separatists' plans, preserving peace throughout the galaxy, at least for the time being. With the crisis averted, the laughter that once filled the halls of the Galactic Council had all but vanished. In its place, there was a newfound sense of camaraderie and respect among the various species that comprised the Alliance. Even as they continued to chuckle at the absurdity of Lily's origins, it became clear that her role in bringing them together was no laughing matter. As for Lily herself, she had become more than just the human who inherited a Zarkian princess. She was now a respected and beloved leader, whose legacy would live on long after she had passed from this world to the next. And as the stars continued to twinkle in the vast darkness of space, one thing remained certain: the Galactic Council would never be the same again. Yorna continued the story as the years turned into decades and then centuries. The galactic landscape continued to evolve at a dizzying pace. New alliances were forged, old rivalries were rekindled, and new challenges emerged that tested the mettle of the Galactic Council like never before. Through it all, Lily's influence remained a constant force, shaping the course of galactic history in ways both subtle and profound. Under her guidance, the Council expanded its reach further into the cosmos, establishing outposts on distant worlds and forging new partnerships with previously unknown species. The human race continued to grow in prominence and influence, with Earth becoming a hub of interstellar trade and diplomacy. Meanwhile, Lily's family, now including several generations of offspring who had married into various alien races, remained at the forefront of these developments, their names synonymous with progress and innovation throughout the galaxy. One day, as Lily grew older and her once radiant visage began to show the first signs of age, she received an unexpected visit from a young emissary representing a mysterious new species that had just entered the galactic stage. This race, known as the Tarnians, possessed advanced technology and a fierce desire for conquest. They sought entry into the Galactic Council, but their true motives remained shrouded in mystery. Despite her wariness and the increasing doubts of some council members about humanity's place among the stars, Lily insisted on welcoming the Tarnians into the fold. She believed that their inclusion would serve as a powerful testament to the Council's commitment to unity and diversity, but she also knew that it would be no easy task to keep this ambitious and aggressive species in check. As the Tarnians began to assert their influence within the Galactic Council, tensions between them and other member races grew increasingly strained. The Council was forced to navigate a delicate balance of diplomacy, military might, and espionage to prevent the Tarnians from disrupting the fragile peace that had been established centuries earlier. At the helm of these efforts, Lily continued to demonstrate her unwavering dedication to the principles of unity and a cooperation that had guided her throughout her long and storied life. Her wisdom, experience, and sheer force of will proved invaluable in navigating this latest crisis, as she deftly steered the Council through one challenge after another. As the centuries turned into millennia, the Galactic Council found itself confronting an even greater threat: a powerful alien race known as the Zogarians, who sought to dominate the galaxy and enslave all who opposed them. The Council's very existence hung in the balance, with the fate of countless worlds and civilizations hanging in the balance. With her health deteriorating rapidly but her spirit undaunted, Lily rallied the remaining Council members to mount a desperate resistance against the Zogarian invasion. In one final, heroic act, she sacrificed herself to ensure that the Council would live on, even as the galaxy around it burned. In the aftermath of the devastating conflict with the Zogarians, the remnants of the Galactic Council were forced to rebuild from scratch, their numbers decimated and their once proud institutions in ruins. Yet despite these setbacks, the spirit of unity that Lily had so tirelessly championed endured, serving as a beacon of hope for those who still believed in the power of collaboration and diplomacy in an increasingly hostile universe. And so it was that the story of the Galactic Council and the remarkable human who had inherited a Zarkian princess continued to unfold across the vast expanse of time and space, its legacy echoing through the cosmos like the laughter of 1,000 stars.